Hello and welcome to the free Flutter course From Scratch to Employment. In the previous lesson, we learned about variables in Dart. Today, we will talk about operators. Operators in Dart allow you to perform various operations with variables and values. Let's start with arithmetic operators. As you can see, I have created two variables named a and b with values 5 and 10. We have the ability to use the addition operator to get their sum. Let's create another variable of type int named sum, assign it the value of a plus b, and print it to the console. The result in the console is the sum of a and b, which is 5 and 10. Here is a list of all arithmetic operators. Now, let's try the other arithmetic operators such as subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus. Please note that for the division operator, we need to use a variable of type double, as it returns fractional values. Let's print them using the print method. The results of these operations are displayed in the console. The modulus operator returns the remainder that we get when dividing two numbers if they do not divide evenly. If the numbers divide without a remainder, it returns 0. Let's check the modulus with other numbers. As you can see, now it is 3, not 0. Now, let's move on to the next type of operators, namely comparison operators. Remember that they always return Boolean values, true or false. Therefore, we need to use variables of type bool. Let's start with the greater than operator. Create a variable to hold the result and print it to the console. As we can see, the value false is displayed on the screen because a is not greater than b. Let's change the value of a and run the program again. This time we see the value true because now a is greater than b. Here is a list of all comparison operators. Let's test all of them. By the way, we don't need to create new variables for this. We can use them directly in the print function. Running the program, we see that the value is printed to the console. To use the $operator to embed values in a string as we did before, we need to use curly braces with it because we are now using expressions, not just a single variable. Here's how it should look. And indeed, the screen displays a string with the value of the expression. Let's continue this way with the remaining comparison operators. Run the program and see the results of our expressions printed to the console. Let's move on to the last type of operators for today, logical operators. You may find the topic of operators challenging, and that's okay, don't worry. After a few lessons and some practice, it will become much easier and clearer. This time, let's use a var. By passing the value true or false, the Flutter will understand that we need the bool type. Let's start with the OR operator. It returns true if at least one of the values is true, otherwise it returns false. Next, the AND operator. It returns true if both values are true, otherwise it returns false. Let's move on to the NOT operator. It is used with a single value and inverts it. If it is used before false, it returns true, and vice versa. Next, the XOR operator. It returns true only if the values are different. If both values are true or both values are false, it returns false. You might wonder why we have two operators for OR and AND. At this stage, it might be difficult to understand their difference, but operators with a single symbol check the first value first, and if it doesn't match, they don't even check the second value. Operators with two symbols always check both values in all cases. At this stage, you probably won't understand why this is needed, but in future videos you will understand their use. For now, you can use either the operator with two symbols or the one with a single symbol at your discretion. That's all for today about operators in Dart. Thank you for your attention, and see you in the next video.